Good morning, good afternoon. This is Toyin, your messery. I'm back. Welcome to the launch of Tea Time with Toyin. Go grab your tea. So this is my new format of engaging, and it's more of daily conversations on advancing business, trade, and investment. Just 30 minutes each day that I'm able to, hopefully most days. So welcome. This is Toyin Umesiri, CEO of Nazarum. Today, since it's tea time with Toyin, I'm starting with where to source tea and coffee in Africa. And to start today's conversation, I just want to share a video of one of our platform sponsors, Westrock Coffee. I'm always featuring Westrock Coffee. And then I'm going to come right back to share today's highlights. Okay? Thank you.
I firmly believe that any man's finest hour, the greatest fulfillment of all that he holds dear, is that moment when he has worked his heart out in a good cause and lies exhausted on the field of battle, victorious.
At Westrock Coffee, we celebrate the determination and spirit of the people of Rwanda who help us make the finest coffee in the world.
Awesome. Welcome back. So, today we're talking about where to source tea and coffee on the continent of Africa. Fun fact, who knows where coffee first originated in the world? Ethiopia, right? If you're joining live, do drop a comment. Let me make sure you're there. Say hello. And if you're team replay, drop a comment as well. I usually follow up after the live stream. So I believe coffee was first discovered in Ethiopia. So there is a lot of coffee in Ethiopia. There's a lot of tea. I'll also talk about tea culture. Okay. There are regions on the continent that already have established tea culture or coffee culture, right? Kenya is one of those places as well. Rwanda grows a lot of coffee and it's one of their highest revenue earner. I think maybe 20, maybe 30 to 40, quite a number of the population in the farming space in Rwanda actually earn their revenue in the coffee industry. So the coffee industry in Rwanda is very, very important, like very, very important. And I featured some of those stories on our platform, Nazaru. So if you're a member of Nazaru, just type on Westrock Coffee or Scott Ford, and you'll be able to catch up on all of the topics around, Rwanda, coffee, and all of that. And like I just shared the story of Westrock Coffee, like a clip from Westrock Coffee. They're actually the single largest private investor in Rwanda, and they've built an entire, supply chain, coffee supply chain. And through acquisition, they're actually now the largest supplier of, I believe, tea to restaurants in America. Don't quote me, but I believe they are pushing towards a billion, $1 billion in annual sales. So this is a large something that started small in Rwanda, and they've shared that story with us. Again, if you're on Nazaru platform, just type in Westrock Coffee and you'll see the story of the founder of Westrock Coffee, how he started more than 10 years ago, having conversations with President Paul Kagame of Rwanda and all of the amazing work they continue to do. So today I'm going to feature two brands. One is Westrock Coffee, and then at the end of today's broadcast, I'll share a smaller brand, like startup brand, that is so important that, because I see people across the spectrum. I see startups, I see mid, I see big ones. And what I just say is start where you are. But no, it's a long journey. Like, no, it's a long journey. And what we try to do at Nazaru is to provide, connections, support, training, capacity building that people need, particularly the private sector needs to advance trade and investment. Okay, I see people joining. Ugo, he said, I'm here. Awesome. Thank you for joining. Dominique would love to connect me to the colleague who is in export business from Uganda. Awesome. Yeah, bring them. The more the merrier. Ken says, hello, you look good and great. Thank you. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. Thank you. Let me show you. I have packs and packs of Westrock coffee. Like I said, they are platform sponsor. Like anytime I'm hosting events, all I have to do is just send the CEO. I know he's not on he's not watching this. He's not on social, but it's Team Her, but Team Westrock. Hello. But I know Scott is never on social. But anyway, I have Westrock here because anytime we're hosting events, all we have to do is just say, hey, send our members, guests. We always drink Westrock coffee. Like for my events, they always stock us. They always stock us up on Westrock coffee from Rwanda. Like anything I need, I'm blessed, right? Anytime we need coffee, like they have mugs with the logo. We're always like, I'm just super proud, and I'm happy to always feature them. And anytime we call them, like, what, Scott, I need you. Like, okay, Tony, you again. I'm like, even I remember 2020, remember last year, right? He wasn't able to come speak, but he was going on vacation. I was like, yeah, you can go on vacation, but can you give me a video interview, answer these questions? And he did that for us. And then this year he was able to catch up. I hosted him in an interview. So yeah, Westrock Coffee, check them out. So where do you source coffee, tea from Africa? Check out Eastern Africa predominantly. They're huge on that. There are other commodities that West Africa is known for. So when people come to us, they're like, oh, Tony, do you look across Africa? I'm like, yes, because for different sector, different countries and regions on the continent have different maturity level. So technology could be accelerated in one region. Coffee could be available here. Tea could be here. Cocoa could be here. Cashew could be here. So it becomes important to know where you're looking. You don't just say, like people say, Africa, as if Africa is in your backyard. Africa is one massive land mass. Please, people say Africa, as if Africa is a baby. And don't stop that. Okay, Mieza said, Toy, she just got back from a weekend road trip. Looking forward to connecting and signing up for the class. Awesome. Welcome back. I hope you had a great time over your, on your trip. Hopefully you relax and all that. So yes, this format really, honestly, has to be enjoyable for me. That's the only way to keep going on. That's the only reason I'm catching up on this. So it's a conversation. I'll share nuggets of information. But if you want to see serious story, sign up in my membership. If you want training, capacity development, you sign up there. But for this format, is laid back. It's a conversation. It's, just having a great time and hopefully, sharing real nuggets of information. The other brand I want to feature today is one that is kind of, I know their startup story because, they attended my events and they were like, whoa, trade with Africa. I want to be a part of it. I'm like, it's not easy, but we will continue to support you. And when you attend any of our events, we always bring like knowledge experts, trade facilitators, government resources into the room so that people can start tapping and leveraging those resources. So this short clip I'm about to show is one of those brands that went from idea, attending my events from an idea concept to implementation. And that is why I say start where you are. Start where you are. Do not wait for anything. So may I introduce you to this? This time it's a small startup. So please support a startup. My Sahara Tea. Please go check them out.
My Sahara Tea. The world is mine.
So Mansarati is a startup. And, they had this idea once you immerse yourself in any of my events, and all of you watching, that's the trick. Eventually, if you pay attention to Toyin long enough, you will do something. You're going to wake up and going to do something, and that's the idea. That's the ROI on my investment. Like, this part of the ROI. It's not all the ROI of, obviously, chiching, right? But seeing the growth of birthing ideas and people starting their journey, going all in, and then having outcomes, that's really such a delight. So I believe their website is bysahara.com. Please go check them out. This is tea from Africa. They're here in the US, but it's a startup that, I'm just so inspired. I hope it inspires other people to just start where you are, right? This is a long journey. And that's why, even when I featured Westrock Coffee, like the very first year we featured him on the platform, and even for me engaging with him privately, it's always the story of his startup, where he started from, and now being the largest, supplier and distributor of tea in America. Right? That's really the story. But in between that journey, Scott will tell me, Toyin, it hasn't been easy. So I try to tell people this. I'm not one to tell you it's easy. My own story too. I have my own story to share, hopefully one day. But guess what? Start. That's why we have a community at Nazaru.com. We have members. We are supporting them with coaching. I believe next month, we are almost in October. So I teach e-commerce, supply chain, logistics, trade investment facilitation, export development, sales, distribution, marketing, branding. I teach all of those things. Why? When I tell you to start, I also know you're going to run into so many hurdles. The idea is that you now have someone, you have a space that can coach you through that process, right? Because a lot of time, a lot of people, this is the first time they're ever attempting things like this. And if you look around you and nobody's doing what you're trying to do, you need a lot of support. But a lot of times people say, Toyin, we've got this. I'm like, okay, you've got this. Thumbs up. Tell me where you need us. Okay. So awesome. So today, again, sourcing tea and coffee. Eastern Africa is big on that. The home of coffee in the world, Ethiopia, And then what I see in West Africa is that people are trying to launch a coffee culture. Western Africa, particularly places like Nigeria, Ghana, they're now just starting to build it from scratch because there's no coffee culture there. But Eastern Africa, more mature. So look to Eastern Africa if you're looking to source tea and coffee in volume. Okay, let me qualify that. But if you're a small startup and you want to just start, yeah, West Africa will give you less volume because a lot of the established exporters out of Eastern Africa, they're not playing with small time players because they're looking for volume. So if you're not ready to buy volume, start with Western Africa. You find more people that are also just like you. They just need to sell a bag here, 2 bags there, all of those things. But Eastern Africa, don't play small. They are big time exporters out of Eastern Africa. Okay. Dominique, you just tagged. Okay, he's tagging his friend and he said you should check Toyin's out. Please tag more people. Please tag more people. Yes, we could help scale. That's the idea from stats. We see, people across the spectrum, small startup. Even I also see people that haven't even started. Those in corporate, yourself. Like where, right? You have an idea. You have to give birth to that idea. And you have to start that journey. And that's what I found is that it's your journey. I'm on mine. I started mine. I'm on mine. Right? It's your journey. All we're saying at Nazaru is we know that journey is going to, it's an intense one. And we've brought people that have been on that journey. Like I featured Westrock Coffee. He tells us everything. Like, so Westrock, what did it take? This is what it took. What challenges did you face? These are the challenges. So that you can use their story as inspiration and you don't repeat their own errors. That's the key. So What other thing? I have a couple of announcements. Go check out Toyin Mesiri. I have several events coming up this Thursday. The business of fashion in Africa, African fashion. That's another opportunity for business, right? So I already have a ton of people signed up. It's closing up soon. But if you're interested in learning and exploring the fashion space or looking to scale and participating at the international stage, you want to check that out, because I happen to have served at the world's largest company, managing, strategy, apparel strategy at the merchandising level, project management office. And when it comes to the biggest, processes in the world to distribute apparel, like when I see those, you know, numbers, I'm like, yeah, it's enough to open. Like, you mean this is what the world is consuming in apparel? Africa, and then I'm like, Africa. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come. This is money. This is money. You are leaving money on the table. You are not in the room. That's what Nazari is doing. Africa. This is the road. This is the road to economic development, international trade. All those ones you are doing, it's a crutch. Foreign aid is a crutch. You cannot compete, and go check out my latest newsletter, and I was just saying, is Africa's business stakeholders ready to advance international trade, global trade with Africa? And my answer was no. And then I got email. Maybe I should read this email from some of our. She's an investor. Oh my gosh, see how this is real life. Oh my god, I won't read it, but anyway, I have so many people. She was like, Toyin, Toyin, they are your children. I'm like, no, it's God does. Okay, I need to wrap up now. I'm just taking you guys through behind the scene. These are the types of conversations in my private life where I'm like, no. She said, they are your children. You have to help. I'm like, okay, it's God's children. You are all God's children. Now God get, like we were saying in Nigeria, now God gets children. No. She was saying that, she was talking about the work they've done, how they've had to help, that, I'm challenging, like I'm challenging people like, hey, why are you showing up with shovels? You're claiming you want to build skyscraper, you want to compete, you want to do all these things. But when you come into my room, you are showing up with shovel. Is it shovel you're going to use to build that skyscraper? You're supposed to come with your bulldozer. And then she replied, she said, she was like, they don't have bulldozers. They're doing why you they don't have bulldozers. Nobody's supporting them. Anyway, and then she also talked about success stories of she's an investor. Okay, so she's an active, one of the most active investors, private investors on the continent. So she was like, look at the examples of companies. We had to start them at a very young level, startups, and invest in them. And now they're selling their companies for, 200 million, right? But we had to start them at the grassroots. And she was like challenging me, like, we have to get into the trenches and help people and all of that. But anyway, those are just private one-on-one. You have to have those people in your life, right? You have to have those people in your life that, you care about the same thing. You're able to have meaningful dialogue and challenge each other and say, I get you, I understand you, but this is what it takes. Like, we have to apply empathy, and we have to coach, and we have to teach. And when we've done that investment in people and companies, then we can start talking about results, which is what I've also had to realize, is that when I left corporate and working for the world's largest company, I was like, let's go. Africa is ready. And they were like, go bring them. Like, we have work to do, sir. I had to tell, I was like, see your Walmart, we want to buy. And it was like, Tony, here are my buyers. We're ready to look at what you have. And then it's like, go bring it. We're ready to buy. I mean, we will look. I mean, we'll explore, but you know what we need? I'm like, yes. I'll be right back. We have work. We have to organize ourselves. I see where those opportunities are. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity, for opening the door. Don't close that door. Keep it open. Right? Keep it open. He was like, if this buyer, the biggest buyer likes what she's seeing, then she will bring other buyers, and we will look at Africa. I'm like, please just keep that opportunity open. We have work to do. Let's go and organize ourselves, mobilize ourselves, develop capacity, standardization, and then let's start where we are. The people that are ready for connection, we can do that connection. But everybody I'm seeing right now, oh, we have to coach them. So anyway, I'm wrapping up now. That's the format of Tea Time with Toyin. Give me feedback. This is it, guys. It's serious. This is serious, but here's the truth. It is so serious, so sad at the same time. The only way I get through my day is to be funny and to laugh, because it's a long journey. The things I see, you can't make it up. So this is how you have to, refresh yourself and keep it light and keep it enjoyable. So when you see me and I'm smiling, it's not because I don't know what's up. I know it so much that you can't let it get to you. So anyway, Miesa, we are fortunate for me to be showing up this way. Thank you. I appreciate that. Please drop the comment, team replay. And also share with me your questions, what you want. In our private practice, I host, I teach, I connect, I guide. I'm telling you, sometimes it's like 3 hours straight. 3 hours straight of intense coaching. That's a different side of Toyin as well, right? And when I host events, it's like a marathon, because this is too serious. You understand? But Tea Time with Toyin, honestly, is just chill. Let's chill, let's hang out. Let me learn what's on your mind. I'll just share a few things here and there. So today, hopefully, you've learned about sourcing tea and coffee in Africa. And go check out Westshore Coffee and buysaharatea.com. I'm so proud of their work. They started their journey and now they have a product. Yeah, they're sending some to my house, so maybe I'll share it when they're here. And head over to toyinumesiri.com. Several packages, brand promotion, connection, a lot. Just go to toyinumesiri.com and please do share it as well. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure. Again, just daily showing up in this format, and I really appreciate you all. God bless you. And let's see which video wrap up I'm showing. Bye.